Now, I know that, like me, you realize the government has to have money to pay for the military, cover the cost of obligations that we've made, like Medicare and Social Security, and to build roads, bridges, and airports. I mean, we need some things government does, so clearly there has to be some kind of a tax process. But the one we have is a detriment to our economy. So what if there was a plan that was flat, fair, and family-friendly? Well, there is one, and it's called the fair tax, and it would supercharge our economy. But unfortunately, it is terribly misunderstood, and opponents say that it would raise your taxes. It wouldn't. Now, it's pretty simple, really. You wouldn't be taxed for your work, your savings, inheritance, or good business decisions. The fair tax would be collected at the point of purchase instead of the point of production. The current tax system, if you think about it, is essentially a penalty on what you produce. We tax your work in the form of an income tax or a payroll tax. And if you work for somebody else, your money gets taxed before you even get it. It's taken out of your paycheck before you even cash your check. I mean, most people don't have any idea how much they actually pay in taxes because they never see their money. How nice of you to let the government take your money and use it all year long, interest-free, huh? You know, the fair tax is essentially a sales tax, or more broadly, it's a consumption tax. You only pay when you purchase something that is new and hasn't been taxed already. Presently, think about this, we punish productivity, but we subsidize irresponsibility. Let me explain. If I invest in something that increases in value, which means I made a smart investment, I pay capital gains taxes for that. But if I invest in something that loses money, I can write that off of my taxes. Get that? Successful investments are punished. Failed investments are rewarded. Only the government could create something so stupid. You know what makes a strong economy? Work. Investments in businesses, savings, even putting aside some money to leave for your family to get started with a house or a business, and maybe even saving enough to give to a charity that you love at your death. But we tax every bit of that. If you spend all your money on stupid stuff, or if you just don't work, you know what happens? The government will help you out with your medical bills and provide a check so you can stay home, get up at the crack of noon, and play video games all day. Now, here is a simple principle. If there is a behavior that you want more of, what do? You reward it, and you get more of it. If there is some behavior that you want less of, what do? You punish it. That's how we raise children. And by the way, it's how we train dogs. Do the trick and get the treat. That's how it works, right? But our tax system is the opposite of that. We punish productivity and reward irresponsibility. The fair tax changes that by letting you keep the money that you earn, invest, or save. It eliminates the income tax, the capital gains tax, and the death tax. You pay taxes when you buy something, and it completely, I love this, it eliminates the IRS. Yes, it does. They wouldn't be bothering you because they would be disbanded. So if you don't want to pay as much tax, just don't buy stuff. But you know who doesn't pay income tax, capital gains, or inheritance tax like you do? Prostitutes, pimps, drug dealers, and gamblers. They don't. You know why? Because they don't fill out forms in April and tell the government how much they made selling crack to Hunter Biden. They don't do that. So here you are paying your taxes and you're paying theirs. But if we paid taxes when we purchase things, the prostitutes, pimps, drug dealers, and gamblers would pay their own taxes because they do buy stuff. Sometimes lots of stuff that you can't afford because you're paying your taxes. Now, the fair tax was created by a group of some of the most brilliant economists in the country. They were charged with proposing the fairest and most efficient form of getting the money that the government needs without creating a tax code that is so complicated that even the IRS doesn't understand it, and you need accountants and lawyers just to comply with it. With the fair tax, there are no tax returns. Nothing is taken out of your paycheck when you get it. Now, for most of you, for the first time in your life, you would get your entire paycheck. And April 15th would just be another beautiful spring day. Nice, huh? Well, in the coming weeks, I'm going to tell you more about the fair tax because there are a lot of people in government who don't want it. And the reason? It takes away the power to manipulate the tax code in order to reward political donors and to punish political enemies. I feel pretty sure I can help you understand that the system we have now needs to be thrown out and a new plan put in place that's fair, flat, and family-friendly. Oh, and did I mention it? It eliminates the IRS.